Jonathan. What? Hello, hello, hello. I hope that y'all are well. Put a one in the comments if you can hear me clearly. Put a one in the comments if you can hear me clearly. Hello, hello, hello. This caller is not about to get on my nerves. This is doing. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know where you're watching from. Well, I'm trying to fix this pop collar like I'm a teenage child. Let me know where you're watching from. And let me send this out. Hey, Virginia. Let me send this out. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I hope that y'all are well. Happy Tuesday. I had to think about it. Lord. Happy Tuesday. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I hope that y'all are well. All right. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Elle Antoinette. I'm a feminine leadership strategist. And what I do is that I support my amazing clients, as you see in the comments, a quick breakdown of what I do. As I'm trying to pull up my notes. I'm sorry, my iPad is acting like it's don't want to come up. But anywho, what I do is that I help my amazing clients who are ambitious women. I support those amazing women in embodying feminine leadership, which supports them in achieving emotional mastery, as well as sustainable success and magnetic influence. Hence, you see the Magnetic Muse title in my name. So I support women in literally turning their natural magnetism into a wealth attracting force. This has supported me, well, I've supported my clients in going from 5 figures to 6 figures, from 6 figures to multi 6 figures. And I myself have built a 6 figure business from the ground up without hustling. And so I support my amazing clients in being able to do the same, because you can do the same. Okay. So my clients who have worked with me have deepened their relationships with themselves, which have supported them in creating healthier relationships with other people. My clients have gotten with me and they have healed all kinds of things. Women have lost weight. I used to be almost 100 pounds heavier. I used to be about 100 pounds heavier. And so a lot of my clients have lost weight working with me as well. Okay. So tonight, specifically, I'm going to talk about how you're wasting your energy and it's blocking your 2025 breakthrough. So a lot of y'all are like in a space where you're setting goals and you're doing all these things, talking about like what you're getting ready for and preparing for 2025. But I don't think a lot of you are blocking already 2025 from coming your way, because you have in your mind that you're going to start then, when in reality you really need to be starting right now. Okay. You don't have time to waste. We literally have, today is the what, 17th. It's the end, is coming towards the end of the 17th of December. You literally have like 12 days until January 1st. And there are already a lot of crazy things that are happening in the world. And you're talking about you're going to wait to get started to do the things you need to do. I wouldn't wait, because you don't know what's coming in January. I wouldn't wait. Okay. It does not get any easier. And I need people to really understand that. Okay. So, specifically, I'm going to be talking about some different things. Women really need to wake up. Women need to grow up. Women need to realize that no one is coming to save them. No one is coming to save you. You have to start making some real decisions, and you need to start making some real decisions right now. And the first thing that needs to happen is you need to stop wasting your energy. I'm going to talk about the areas in which you are wasting your energy. And I need you to pay attention to how these key things have gotten you nowhere. And now that you realize that these things have gotten you nowhere, what is it that you're going to do differently before 2025? Okay. The first thing I need you to understand is that your belief impacts your biology and your biology influences the way you behave. When women have pregnancy scares, they get so intense to the point to where they're throwing up. They can smell the ocean in Africa. They just can do all of these things because they just feel like they're pregnant, right? But they're throwing up all these different things. And then you go to the doctor and the doctor says, oh, you're not pregnant. And then all of a sudden you're not throwing up anymore. You don't have any more of these symptoms. All that stuff is gone, right? That's how powerful your belief is. Your belief can literally trick your body into thinking that you are carrying a baby to where you start actually mimicking the symptoms of what you know pregnancy supposedly is, according to either what you've seen, what you heard, or what you may have possibly experienced previously. Okay, that's how powerful the brain is. So let me tell you how powerful the brain is, where it's to the point to where your belief impacts your biology and your biology influences the way you behave. We all have seen the movie Final Destination. Why is it that every time you see a truck on the expressway, you move? When you see a truck with all those logs, what you gonna do? You're gonna move, right? That movie came out over 25 years ago. So you're holding on to a flash from a movie that's well over 25 years ago. You hold on to that and you have so much faith that these logs are gonna fall on your car that you move out of the way. You have more faith that that truck is gonna crash or something is gonna happen than you have faith that you're gonna be protected even if them logs fly off. See, you worship the problem and you position yourself to be afraid. You almost about to get in an accident because you got to get over because you feel like these logs are about to hit you, all because you saw this scene in a movie. That's how powerful the mind is. Belief impacts biology and biology influences the way you behave. So the things you believe are driving your behaviors. Okay? And so, if you want to shift your behaviors and you want to do something different and you want to start before 2025, this is going to be the live for you because you need to understand where you are wasting your energy. The second thing I need you to understand, and I haven't really dived into this a lot this year, but I used to talk about it a lot in 2023. But I need you to understand as a woman before I get into this conversation that you are currency. You are made up of time, energy, attention, and money. Okay. Women also have additional currency known as beauty currency. And I'm not going to get into beauty currency right now. But you are time, you are energy, you are attention, and you are money. When I say that you are time, you are comprised of two elements of time. You are comprised of Kairos time and you are comprised of Chronos time. Chronos time is your seconds, your days, your minutes, your years, all of that. Kairos time is your seasons, your ebbs and your flows, your ups and your downs, all of those things, right? Your highs and your lows. The key thing with mastering time and understanding that you are time so that you make the most of your time and you expand your time is that you use your chronos time wisely, meaning you use your seconds, your hours, your minutes, your days wisely. So when you have those highs and lows, you're prepared either way. You ever heard the term, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready? If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. When you have a clear understanding how to make use of your time, you will never really be caught slipping. No matter what time it is, you always are going to know what time it is. So that's the first thing that you need to be clear on. The second thing is this: you are energy. When I say your energy, I'm speaking specifically, I'm talking to women when it comes down to your energy and motion. By definition, emotions are energy and motion. When you have positive energy and motion floating through your body, you get those hits of dopamine. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But when you have negative energy and motion in your body, for example, you allow anger to sit in your body in a chronic state. Let's say you continuously hold grudges and you hold grudges for years. What happens is that type of negative energy and motion actually attacks your organs. It attacks specific organs. If you are a person who holds grudges, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. If you are a person who holds grudges, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this, but you are ruining your liver. The longer you hold that grudge, the more you ruin your liver. Your liver is responsible for more than 300 functions in your body, including your menstrual cycle. And some of y'all are cramping out of control because y'all holding grudges. And that cramp energy is actually cold energy, which is why, and it's cold energy meaning it's stuck, it's unmovable. And this is why they tell you to put heat. like heating pads or a hot water bottle or something like that on your cramps to actually move it, or to drink something warm, because that is cold energy. When you understand spiritual law, when you understand duality in science, you will begin to know how to balance things out within yourself. If it's too much cold energy in your body, and cold energy being that anger, being that grudge, being that thing that you are holding, you need warmth to pass it through. So, what is warm? Love. How do we go from being angry to a space of love? There's the bridge of forgiveness. This is why they tell you that forgiveness is not for other people, it's for you, because it's healing for you, because you actually are healing your organs. That's what they don't tell you. And here's the thing, you can go and look this up for yourself when it talks about how stress, certain levels of stress and anger ruins your liver. Everything I give you is going to come from scripture, science, and psychology. That's the thing that you're going to understand and grasp about me if this is your first time joining me. So when it tells you in scripture not to give your not to give anger a foothold, this is why. Because it literally can ruin your liver. And when the liver gets so messed up, it starts impacting the menstrual cycle. Then we start impacting creation. This is why how we start having womb issues. This is how our innate creativity begins to be impacted by the energy and motion within our body. So when I talk about energy and motion and you are energy, you need to understand it's not a joke and it's not a game. You really are energy. Okay. So you also are not only energy, but you are also attention. Here's what you have to understand about society. Society's highest form of currency is not money. It's not. Society's highest form of currency is attention. Because if they can get your attention, what they understand is simply this: whatever has your attention can has the potential to, or whatever has your attention, however long, the longer something has your attention, the easier it is for your energy to be manipulated. This is how y'all get played by the man you don't like. This is how y'all get played by the dude you call ugly, or whatever the case may be. You know how you got played by him? I'm going to break it down. Science lesson. This is my inner nerd speaking. So the reason why you got played by the ugly dude is because you got bored. I'm going to give you a lesson in spiritual law and in science really quickly. Number one, you got bored. So you decided because you were bored, you were going to go out with this person because they had been asking you to go out, but you didn't really like the person. So you sold a negative and ill intention into the universal algorithm, because God created the universe and it is an algorithm. It is the greatest responder of all time. The algorithm, the universal algorithm, is literally the starting point of how all these other algorithms got created. It pays attention. See, society and the government understands universal law and spiritual law. They use it all over your head. So basically, you sold an ill intention because you just went out with this person, not because you liked them, but because maybe you wanted a free meal. Maybe you just wanted your ego stroke. Maybe you just started doing this. And then while you're at the dinner, you're looking at the person and they're talking, right? And they're saying all this stuff. You're like, well, you know what? Maybe they're not that bad. Well, maybe they're not, they're a little attractive. Well, they got this going for them. And the longer you give your attention to something, the easier it is for your energy to be manipulated. So your energy is being manipulated. The longer you sit there talking to the person, you are literally convincing yourself that you like them, but you don't realize that you actually sowed a seed of ill intent. And that ill intent seed is going to come back as rotten fruit. So this is how you get played by the dude that you didn't like. That's how. You sowed a seed into the universe, which is an algorithm, and the response is you getting played because you played yourself. Congratulations. Because nobody can play you without your permission, participation, or the fact that you simply were not paying attention. And you are the one who played yourself by starting it off, messing with somebody that you didn't like, giving your attention to something, not realizing that your attention is connected to your energy. Your energy in motion are your emotions. And the more you give something your attention, the longer it manipulates your energy, the more time you waste. And it just seems to impact your money too. All of a sudden, you seem to not have no money. All of these things coincide. Hey, my love, all of these things coincide. So when I say that attention is the highest form of currency when it comes down to Society, it is. They know if they get your attention for so long and they play so many fear-mongering tricks on you, or they put so much violent media or all kind of crazy stuff in front of you, it's going to impact your thinking ability. It's going to impact your mental health. It's going to literally exhaust you. Thank you, my love. Shalom, sis. Like, this is what it's going to do to you. And these are the things that they understand. They understand that. They understand the longer they have your attention, the more they can manipulate your energy, i.e., your emotions. That's why half of the world has anxiety. Half of the people you live in the United States, the majority of y'all have anxiety. You don't realize you don't realize the law of proximity. You don't understand the law of proximity. You don't understand the impact of the people around you. You don't understand the environment's impact on you. You don't understand how all of these things are really affecting you. We live in a society where people are emotionally unhinged. Nobody asks why people are emotionally unhinged. Let's take a minute and look at the food that they're eating. Let's look at the inability to process emotions properly. See, the reason why you eat your emotions is because you have no emotional plan of regulation. And this is coming from someone who used to be 100 pounds heavier. This is coming from someone who used to be 100 pounds heavier. See, you eat your emotions because you are seeking that dopamine because that's the only thing that you can control. You're seeking that feeling of high because that's the only thing that you can control. And because you force that processed sugar down your throat and you force these things into your body because you don't know how to handle your emotions, it results and manifests in sickness. In sickness. You have to pay attention and you have to be very careful about what you give your attention to because you are attention. And society has a plan to exhaust you out. They want to exhaust you out because if you're exhausted and you're sick, then you have to depend on their systems that initially the people who sold you the problems, who are now supposedly selling you solutions, which really they're not solutions. They're just basically keeping you stagnant and stuck in being a slave. And that's the whole point. The point is to keep you dependent. And in order for me to do that, I have to first have your attention. Then I can manipulate your energy. Then I can waste your time. Then you don't have the money because you don't have the energy. You don't have the attention. You don't have the time to do what you need to do to collect the money. So now you have none. So you need to depend on me. You are time, you are energy, you are attention, and you are money. Let's get to the last aspect of this. You are money. See, when you understand that you are money, you don't worship money. When you understand that you are money, you understand how easy it is for you to attain physical money. When you understand that you are money, you realize that money, that $100 bill in your purse, that $100 bill in your pocket is made up of 75% cotton, 25% linen. It has no value. It's literally about to go in the trash because we're about to go into a digital one, but I'm not even going to get too heavy on that. But I just need you to go to Google and check that out for yourself. Money is made up of 75% cotton, 25% linen. The only value that it has is the one that has been placed on it. Then people took the gold standard off the dollar back in the 70s. They took the gold standard away from the dollar back in the 70s. It was like late 60s, early 70s. That's a piece of paper. They told you it was valuable. They told you to sell your soul for it. They told you when it was nothing but cotton. See, they take you off one plantation just to put you into another one. This is what you need to pay attention to. See, you are the value, not the dollar, not the paper. If all of y'all decided, if you were working a 9 to 5 and every single person decided that they were not going to come into the 9 to 5, guess what would happen? If everybody decided not to go in for 24 hours, that company would have a huge problem. That business would have to figure something out. See, they have tricked you and put you under a spell to make you believe that you need to prove your value by working hard for them, when in reality, you are the value that gets them the money that pays you so cheaply. See, and because you don't understand your value, you don't articulate your value, you leave money on the table and you don't even negotiate your salaries. You be so happy to be in the room. You be so happy to be there that you don't understand there's another 20,000, 40,000, 50,000 in the back that you're not even touching because you ain't even asking for. And they know, they count on you. They count on your ignorance when it comes down to your innate value. They count on that. They are overjoyed about that. See, you go into these experiences because you don't understand that you are high level currency. You go into these experiences not understanding that you are time, energy, attention, and money. We don't worship these things. See, this is why it tells you for the love of money is the root of all evil. You're not supposed to love money to the point to where you exhaust yourself for it. That does not make any sense. You are money. It tells you in scripture in Proverbs 8 and 12, you have creative and witty inventions in your very being. So the reality is you always are able to make money. The problem is you're not in the right position. See, a lot of y'all are not in alignment. You're in the wrong place, doing the right thing at the right time and thinking it's going to work. You have to be at the right place doing the right thing at the right time. And see, a lot of y'all are in positions and will be in these 9 to 5 positions, trying to advocate, trying to do all these things, trying to fight systems that were set up for you to be slaves and never for you to be successful. And you are stressing yourself the hell out for what? You are in the wrong place, doing the right thing at the right time, but you ain't receiving nothing because you out of alignment. Y'all are trying to fight in spaces and make people appreciate you. See, nobody has a foot on my neck. Nobody can stop me from making the type of money that I want to make. I have creative and witty inventions in my very being. I have gifts that will make room for me. So what are you talking about? I don't have to accept what you're giving me. I can create my own. The problem is the lack of belief. See, I've created a 6-figure business from the ground up without hustling, doing it against the grain. And I've taught a whole bunch of other women how to do the same. Women who have gone from 5 figures to 6 figures, 6 figures to multi 6 figures using formulas that I have taught them. Listen, this is not something that you can't achieve and you cannot do. The truth is you don't believe, and it is belief that impacts biology, and your biology influences the way that you behave. You believe that there is only one way for you to be able to win. And when you continue to be in that scenario and never win, you just start developing the mindset of a loser, one of a lack one, which goes against your birthright. If you claim that you're a believer, it goes against your birthright. Because it tells you in John 10:10 that your birthright is literally, right? It's on the other side. The Messiah is coming to give you life and give you life abundantly. So where's your abundance? Abundance by definition means plentifulness. It means that you will always have. That means that there's no such thing as running out. I'm confused. So what happened? You don't believe. Therefore, the brain is impacted and the behavior is influenced by what the brain says. The brain don't know you joking when you say you don't have and this and this and that. The brain doesn't know that's a joke. The brain doesn't understand your humor. Scripture tells you there's power of life and death in your tongue. And because you refuse to understand spiritual law, you refuse to really sit and grasp that understanding of self, you can't manifest anything but a monstrosity of a mess of your life. And this is what's happening to a lot of us as women. So let's get into the space of stop wasting energy. So we're talking about today, you're wasting your energy and it's blocking your 2025 breakthrough. But like I just told you, you are currency. So I want everyone to put in the comments, and I haven't done this, like I said, in about 2 years, but put in the comments, I am currency, because I need you to understand your value. And I normally don't go back into that space, but I need everyone to have that reminder that you are currency. You are time, you are energy, you are attention, and you are money. Therefore, you can stop worshiping these things. You can stop mismanaging these things. You can stop mishandling yourself. Y'all handle yourself so raw. Y'all handle yourself so raw. And it just doesn't have to be. Okay? So now that we have the understanding that you are currency, let's get into the wasting of energy and how we can shift and stop doing this. Okay? So here's the thing. You're giving your energy literally to everyone else. And I do mean everyone else. You are overworking. You are over giving. You are overthinking while your dreams gets left. Like it literally just, they get what's left. Your dreams say dreams. because you never put any action toward it, but you are like the biggest cheerleader for everyone else. You are everyone's person. You are overworking, you are overgiving, you are overthinking, you are overextending yourself in such a way that it is damaging. You are wasting your energy. See, not only are you wasting your energy, but you're in spiritual violation. Because I think a lot of people really don't understand when they say that they are believers, they don't really understand what sin is. A lot of people tend to focus on, oh, don't do these things, don't do these things. Let's talk about sin itself. Sin itself means to miss the mark. Okay? That means to miss the mark. So if we're talking about missing marks, right? If you made it to this earth, you are a part of the collective that has an assignment. And if you are a part of the collective that has an assignment, then that looks like you should be operating from the space of that assignment, because that is really what is going to be fulfilling of you. No matter how much money you get, this is why you see people and they have so much money, but they're never happy. That's because they really don't have wealth. See, money is not wealth. Money consists of 5 pillars, and I teach this to all of my clients. Money consists of financial resources, meaning you have the financial resources to be able to do the things that you need to do, support your lifestyle goals, your dreams, all of those things. The second aspect of wealth as a pillar is also emotional fulfillment. The third pillar of of wealth is actually time freedom. The fourth pillar of wealth is healthy relationships. Healthy relationships are good for good for building wealth. Toxic relationships are bad for your health. And that is scientific research. You can go and look that up for yourself. Okay. So we have healthy relationships, and then we have growth and purpose. That is how you build generational wealth. So we're talking about true wealth. When you're talking about I'm building generational wealth for my kids, you should be pouring into 5 buckets. The 5 buckets again are: number one, financial resources. Yes, it's cool to leave them an insurance plan. Yes, it's great to leave them all this money. Yes, that's wonderful so they can do XYZ. Number two, you need to teach them about emotional fulfillment and what that actually looks like. Okay? Because money ain't going to emotionally fulfill them. It's not going to do it. You need to talk to them about owning their time freedom, and setting them up in a space where they don't have to sell their time. Okay? To companies and corporations. That's what you're doing, selling your time. When you give them your years, they are taxing on your soul, and you are selling your time. And time is a high form of currency that cannot be returned to you. You are selling your time. You are using your body to sell time. You understand what I'm telling you? And it doesn't necessarily mean when I say using your body. If you work a 9 to 5, you signed a soul contract so they can tax on your soul. The soul is comprised of your mindset, your heart set, and your willpower. So what you're signing is saying that I'm allowing you to tax on my soul in order to meet your goals. So here's my question for you, though. When you spend all of your time, your energy, and your attention allowing it to go into meeting their goals, what about your assignment? What about what it is that you are doing? What about the mark that you need to hit? See, they using you to hit their marks, but you're not hitting your own mark. And this is what you need to really start asking yourself. Because imagine doing everything, oh, I didn't do this, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do this, but you still missed the mark simply because you didn't want to operate in your assignment. You were afraid that you weren't going to be able to be as amazing or be able to do this. Like, a lot of y'all are sitting in corporations and have made them millions, especially for those who work in sales. How dare y'all make them companies all those millions and doubt yourself? Because belief does impact biology, and biology influences the way you behave. You could make that company all that money, but you don't believe that you can make that money on your own? That's crazy work. You would overwork and overgive and overextend yourself and be overthinking and doing all of this overage to exhaust yourself to get nothing in return. That's crazy. That's really crazy. If you don't reclaim your energy right now, and I'm not talking about no 2025. So y'all want to wait. I'm going to start in the new year. Y'all ain't paying attention to what's going on in the world. Y'all don't feel and see that something is very wrong happening right now, especially in a particular country. I ain't even finna get out. Y'all know. Y'all don't see how they not telling y'all the truth about what's going on right now. And you're talking about you're going to wait until January to start doing what you need to do for yourself? Child, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I wouldn't wait if I were you. And if you've been watching me for a while, if this is your first time, people who've been on here for a while will tell you I have been telling people things have been coming for years and these things have been coming. So if I'm telling you, I wouldn't wait to 2025. You might want to take what I'm telling you. You might want to take what I'm telling you. Here's the truth. Your energy is literally leaking everywhere. And that's your biggest problem. Okay? So this is why you're wasting your energy, because you literally are leaking everywhere. You're overworking to prove yourself. You're doing this in your 9 to 5. You're doing this in your relationships. You're doing this for social media. You're trying to prove your worth by overworking. Nobody appreciates an overworker. You understand what I'm telling you? This is why overworkers still don't get promoted. This is why they will bring in people with your overworking self for you to train, and they will train those new people right into the position that's going to be over you. See, this is how it happens. Overworking does not give you a promotion. It does not make you ascend. It does not make you do any of these things. Overworking exhausts you. Overworking in a situationship is not going to make you a girlfriend. Overworking in a relationship as a girlfriend is not going to make you a wife. Overworking as a wife is not going to save your marriage. Y'all need to wake up. Overworking ain't did nothing for none of y'all but made you sick. And that's a scam of society. That's another scam. Because they understand if the body is overworked, the body is going to break down. And baby, sick people are a big business. Big business. Big dollars. They don't care about you. And they know you don't care about yourself. That's what they know. You overwork to prove yourself in your relationships, in business, in your 9 to 5. You know, you just do it across the board. And it's not getting you anywhere. You're overgiving to relationships and commitments that drain you. Why are you continuing to say yes to things that you know you need to say no to? You know, there are people who will be almost on a deathbed, and they will go to an event just to try to prove that they are such a good friend, a good family member, a good sister, a good lover, a good person, that they're going to show up even though they are extremely sick to support this person. You don't get a gold medal. You don't get a cookie. You don't get a pat on the back. You don't get appreciation. You don't get any of those things. You get exhausted. That's what you get. You get exhausted. And you know why you get exhausted? Because eventually you become resentful, because those very people that you were sick showing up for are not going to show up for you when you are sick, if they are sick. See, and then you want to say things like, well, if, I would do this for you. See, now let's check your motives. Let's go back to spiritual law. Let's see, when you understand, if you want to thrive in life, figure out spiritual law and understand the science of yourself and understand the psychology of yourself. I promise you it's going to make a world of difference. Let me tell you why this is not necessarily going to work for you in this overgiving scenario to these commitments that drain you. You're going to continue to say yes. And then you're going to have this expectation for people to say yes to you. And when they don't say yes to you, that's when that nice nasty come out. See, this is why I don't listen to people when they say, I'm a nice person. I've never met a nice person that's not nasty. See, kindness is a heart posture. To be nice is a state of being. You can switch that state of being. And the first thing a person says is that I was just trying to be nice. As soon as you turn nasty, no, in actuality, you were trying to be something else, hoping that you were going to get a certain response. And when you didn't get that response, the real you showed up. See, there is no such thing. There is no such thing. So you put your mask on because you wanted approval and you want people to treat you this way. And instead of you articulating, hey, I would like to be treated this way, you want to play this kind of game like, if I'm doing this for you, you should do this for me. Nobody told you to exhaust yourself to oblivion, not even God. There is nowhere in scripture that tells you to dog yourself out in the name of being a good person, to looking like a good person in front of somebody else. What the scripture does tell you is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And you didn't love yourself when you were showing up sick, because you could have got everybody else sick. But no, You want to prove a point that you the best friend, you the best sister, you the best lover. You are a fool. You are being a fool. It is foolish for you to not live in your authentic self. It is foolish for you to not live in full truth. Because the things that you attract when you are operating under false pretenses are things that you really don't desire. Like feeling like a fool when nobody shows up for you because you chose to exhaust yourself to oblivion. Nobody told you to do that. And then you want to be mad when people say, I ain't asked you to do that. They didn't. See, now you have to govern yourself. What was your real motive for doing this? Did you want to look like a good person? Did you do this because this is what you would want someone to do for you? Those are not reasons for you to execute. Why? Because it tells you in scripture to be a cheerful giver. Oh, you thought that was just about money? Oh, you thought that was just about a bag, right? Absolutely not. You don't cheerfully give. If you can't give of your time, energy, attention, and money cheerfully, baby, you don't give it. And you can't give cheerfully when you're giving your last. Who told you to give your last? The last of your time, the last of your energy, the last of your attention, the last of your money, and then wondering why you feel frustrated. See, nobody can play you without your permission, participation, or the fact that you simply are not paying attention. Beloved, this all you. I promise this all you. Some people love being the victim, but they are the ones who continue to set themselves on fire. You can't set yourself on fire and then scream, throw water on me, save me, save me, save me. Why didn't you save me? Aren't you the one with the match? Overgiving in these relationships and these commitments that drain you. Overgiving in relationships, hoping that it's going to buy you a level of loyalty. It's going to buy you a better experience than you are experiencing at that moment. See, women do this a whole lot when it comes down to romantic relationships, and then they find themselves being very disappointed and very upset. I remember having a conversation with um, a woman a long time ago, and we were speaking about gifts. And she was talking about how she was in a relationship and how her guy, she got all this amazing stuff and spent all this money and put up this whole experience, right? For him and for his birthday. And then she talked about when her birthday came around, he did not spend as much money and it was not as much of a grandiose experience, right? And I'm talking about she's going in, she's upset, and I'm calm and I'm just listening and I'm nodding and I'm taking everything that she is saying in. And I asked her when she got done, I said, well, okay, I understand that you're upset and your feelings are your feelings and you're justified to feel however it is that you feel because that is your experience. But allow me to ask you this question. What was the motivation of you spending so much money and creating such a grandiose experience for this person? Had they asked for this, had they shown that this was something that they were into? Tell me more about that. So then she goes into, well, no, I've always grown up and it's always been grandiose experiences, and that's just what I do. And I would just think if you see me doing that, then you would turn around and you would do the same thing. Ah, ah, ah. See, where women, and I had to explain to her, you did that because you wanted that done for you, because that is something that you value. That person did not value that type of experience. So trying to provide them with that type of experience and then turning around and calling them ungrateful or being upset with them because they're not honoring that experience is not really on them. See, what y'all gonna learn about men is men like thoughtful gifts. It ain't about the price tag. They would prefer you not to buy them no large, not the masculine ones. I don't know. I don't know about the other ones. The masculine ones don't. I'm telling you what I know. And I would give you some personal examples, but I'm not telling my business. But I'm telling you that no. They like thoughtful gifts. Child, I will say this one thing. Child, I remember one time I bought a man a notebook to write down all his plans that he wanted. It's just to organize his mind for his birthday. Baby, that man to this day still talk about how I changed his life, how much he loved me, how much that changed his whole life, me getting this notebook. Now, he didn't gave me a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay? A notebook. You want to get that notebook from? That black notebook, Walgreens. See, why is you doing all of that? Nobody asked you for that. People appreciate things that they invest in themselves. Men don't value that type of stuff. So to be upset with someone when you are trying to force them to give you, or if you're trying to force them to accept what you would want, is not fair. And that is ill intent. That is a sick seed that you are dropping into the universal algorithm. And the response is you get lack of appreciation. You get what you feel to be ungratefulness, when in reality, you are getting the fruit of your labor. Nobody told you to do all of that. You are overgiving. And as a woman, you need to know the difference between you need to, number one, you need to know your threshold as a giver. And I said this on another live, that I need to make this very clear. A lot of y'all really need to understand the scripture where it talks about there's power of life and death in the tongue. The reason why y'all overgive the way that y'all overgive is because you call yourself givers. I don't call myself a giver, because then I feel obligated to give. Oh, it's giving. I'm a giver. And see, you're trained to just give. You know what I say? I'm a sower. I'm a sower. And when you look at Proverbs 31, and it talks about the Proverbs 31 woman, and it talks about before she bought land, she was scouted out as if she would look at it and make sure it was good ground before she bought it. See, before I invest time, energy, attention, and money into anything, I'm going to make sure it's good ground, baby. I'm a sower. I'm not a giver. I'm not a giver of my time. I'm not a giver of my energy. I'm not a giver of my attention. I'm not a giver of my money. I am a sower, meaning I have an investor mindset. My time is an investment. What is the return on me investing time, spending it with you? My energy is an investment. My attention is an investment. My money is an investment. And when you have the mindset of an investor, you don't waste your resources. You don't just give them away. And y'all are so comfortable calling yourselves givers and wondering why you get nothing in return. Men are the givers, beloved. We are the receivers. Let's go to the next thing. So you're overworking to prove yourself. You're overgiving to relationships and commitments that drain you. And you're overthinking, doubting, and hesitating instead of taking aligned action. So you spend more time thinking about what you can do, doubting that you can do it, and then hesitating so nothing gets done. It's giving you procrastination. That's exactly what that is. I'm gonna say it again. While you're sitting over there overthinking about what you need to do, doubting your ability to be able to execute and do whatever said thing that you need to do, okay, and hesitating, next thing you know, nothing is done and you've procrastinated. That's the process of procrastination. Congratulations. Thank you so much for these gifts and these likes. See, y'all don't see the process of procrastination and what that looks like. You want to talk about the root of your procrastination? Let's get into it. It's your belief. It's your belief. And like I told you in the beginning, it's your belief that impacts your biology, and your biology that influences the way that you behave. Oh, it's not my belief. It's not that. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I bet you $1,000 it's your belief. That's how strong I feel with it. Because if one of the richest people in the world came to you with a contract and told you to meet them in Philly at 4:30 in the morning tomorrow, you're going to get that money to be in Philly tomorrow at 4:30 in the morning. If they tell you to meet at the post office, now you know doggone well the post office don't open at 4:30 a.m. But because you didn't sign this contract for $5 million that says you're going to get it as soon as you get there at 4:30 in the morning, you're going to be there at 4:30 in the morning. You ain't going to procrastinate on that, are you? Pick somebody else to play with. You don't believe in yourself. That's why you procrastinate. You don't believe that you can do it. You don't believe that it's going to happen. But either way it goes, it's you, little faithless. That's why you procrastinate. It's you. It's nobody else. It is you. Because you're overthinking, you're doubting, and you're hesitating. Instead of taking actual action, it's your fault. It's on you. Merry Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas, but Merry Christmas. That's your gift. I just gave you a gift. So if you ever want to know what the root was and what the issue was with your procrastination, it's your belief. It's your mind. Okay? That's the truth. Do what you want with that information. So your energy is leaking everywhere. And I just told you the 3 ways your energy is leaking everywhere. But the second issue is that you got misaligned energy. That's your second issue. And I'm gonna tell you what the cost is of this misaligned energy. And I'm gonna tell you first what misaligned energy is. Y'all know how y'all been saying, my heart want to do this, but my mind saying this. That's misaligned energy. See, that's misaligned energy. I don't know. I just don't have the strength. You don't have the strength because you are not in harmony. The soul is not in harmony. And what did I say the soul is comprised of? Mindset, heart set, willpower. If the mind and the heart is arguing, you really think you finna do something? Do you really think you finna do something? That's misaligned energy. It's misaligned energy. Somebody lying, somebody wrong. And instead of getting to the bottom of who wrong, y'all arguing and nothing gets done. But ting. This is literally what is happening. That's what you're doing. So that's what misaligned energy looks like. When the thoughts and the heart set is not in the same space, you're not getting anything done. The willpower can't be activated. Okay. So what is the cost of misaligned energy? All right. So misaligned energy costs you the following. Okay. What ends up happening is that you work twice as hard, but you see half of the results. See, this is why. And I just want you to think about it for a second. How is it that people can get 2 and 3 jobs and still not have no money? Think about that for a second. Have you ever seen a person really come up? And I mean really come up from working 2 and 3 jobs. I want you to really think about it. Why is that? Why is that people will have 2 and 3 jobs and still not have any money? Because the issue is really not the money. The issue is the mindset. The issue is the belief. Because guess what happens when you get that second and third job? You think you got more money. So you start spending more money. That's what happens. Because the belief is, oh, you're doing all this work, you're really hustling, people clapping for you and all this, but in reality, you have nothing. You're barely getting by. You are barely getting by. So you work twice as hard and you still don't see the results. You attract clients, you attract partners, you attract opportunities that don't match your worth. That's another thing that you do. I want a husband, but you playing situationships. Misaligned energy. Misaligned energetic is gonna confuse you every time. It's gonna confuse you every time. Y'all be on these apps talking about men confusing y'all when the truth is it's not even that men are confusing y'all. The truth is you're confused when you go into that space because there's misaligned energy. You claim you wanted a relationship, but you land up with old boy in a situationship. The energy is misaligned, and then you want to turn around and make it into something else. Baby, that's a fantasy. It's the fantasies and the fallacies for me that be keeping y'all real effed up. That's really what it is. It's the fallacies and the fantasies that you create that keep you in a state of victimhood. All because of your misaligned energy. You saying one thing and you doing something different. So why does a woman say one thing and do something different? Because that woman lacks belief. Doom, 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 doom. Why would if I want to, let's say if I want a healthy relationship or if I want a marriage, why would I participate in a situationship? What is the number one reason why I would do that? Because I don't believe I'm going to actually get in a relationship. I believe it's taking too long. I believe it's not going to happen. I believe God is moving too slow. So I'm going to jump. How about that? That's why you do that. Misaligned energy. Lack of belief. We back again at the belief. Belief impacts biology and biology influences the way that you behave. So guess what you're doing? Attracting clients, partners, and opportunities that don't match your worth. Okay? That's what you're doing. You're taking on, and this is how this happens when it comes down to you not being able to make the type of money you want to make. Y'all will leave corporate America. Don't piss me off. Y'all will get so hyped about starting a business. Y'all will get so hyped and telling everybody you starting your business, everybody hype you up. Because listen, everybody gonna lie to you and hype you up at first and be like, girl, I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna be there. They gonna do all that at first, okay? Everybody say that. Just let it ride. So you're so happy you're starting a business, you're doing this, you're doing that, right? But you leave corporate America And you're still under the spell of corporate America, because corporate America places you under a witchcraft spell. And I'm going to break down the witchcraft spell really quickly. I break this down in my course, Speak Right Teach, so you can break the spell. Because what you need to understand about witchcraft is this: witchcraft is nothing but the ability to be able to change your mind. The Most High says that you're beautifully and wonderfully made. But if somebody says you're ugly and you believe it, you're under the spell that you're ugly. So you believe that you're ugly. Meanwhile, the one that created you said you're beautiful. 100 other people said you're beautiful. But that one person said you're ugly. And now you believe it and you're under a spell. Boom, bam, boom. Okay. So when we're talking about the corporate spell, let's talk about how corporate puts you under a spell and it disconnects you from your spiritual core. When it talks about you should not be attached to this world, it's talking about systems that disconnect you from your spiritual core. And I believe, and I have some evidence that the corporate system is one of those. So let me put you on game. Okay. So the corporate system, well, first and foremost, you have creative and witty inventions in your very being, Proverbs 8 and 12. You have gifts that will make room for you, Proverbs. It literally tells you in scripture, Proverbs 23 and 7, that you should not chase wealth because it will act like a bird and take up wings and fly away from you. Just want to give you that disclaimer before I explain the spell. So these are the things that it says in scripture, right? So let's talk about what corporate does. So the first thing that happens is, don't you have to be qualified for them to call you? Don't it tell you in scripture that I call you and then I qualify you? See how they switch up? See how they switch up? See how they automatically make you feel small? See, the Most High already tells you, you come here. See, if I'm calling you, you qualified, baby. I call you, then like, listen. Society is saying you have to be qualified for me to call you. Oh, you don't have degrees? Oh, you don't have certifications? Oh, you don't have XYZ type of experience? Then you're not qualified. That's a hit to the self-esteem. Boom. It's number one, right? So let's say that you may be qualified. So not only, okay, you qualified. Next step. Now you got to compete. Why are you competing when you have creative and witty inventions in your very being that work according to your design that literally will make room for you? Huh? So they're saying you have to compete. So now you're in a pool competing with other people. Okay. So let's say that they call you for an interview, right? So then they call you and they say, you got to prove yourself to me. You got to get our approval in order for us to bring you into our organization. We have to approve of you. So impress us. It's given. Remember the time when Michael Jackson was like, entertain me. Entertain me. Now you're entertainment. Now you're entertainment. So after you've gotten done performing, right? So you can get this permission. So you can get, so they can call you in, right? So now you're in the space to where they're like, okay, we're going to see if we pick you. So maybe we do pick you. So let's say we pick you, right? You get to come in. So let's talk about what we're going to pay you. We're going to pay you the cheapest thing possible. We're not going to tell you about all the money that's in the back. And we're not going to tell you that you need to articulate your value. And we're not going to tell you that if you don't articulate your value, you're going to sell your soul to us so cheaply. We're not going to stop you. Oh, you want this? What is the salary requirements? This? Oh, okay. So next thing you know, you signing a contract. And let's just say they give you a sign-on bonus. Do you understand wealth transfers? And I've explained wealth transfers a little bit over the last couple of weeks, but what you need to understand about wealth transfers is this. Thank you, my love, for these likes, gifts, and comments. Anytime there's a wealth transfer, there's a sacrifice on the front end or the back end. So when you have a sign-on bonus, what they're saying to you is that I'm going to get it from you later. See, the sacrifice is going to be on the back end. See, you be so happy to take the little money that they're giving you, not realizing that wealth transfer comes with a sacrifice. If you have not worked and put in the time, energy, attention to be able to obtain it, that's your sacrifice, then they're going to get it on the back end. So you're under the spell of selling yourself for cheap because they're paying you a low salary. So you finally decide to quit that 9 to 5 and start your booming business. I'm talking about your mama clapping, your auntie clapping. Everybody is so happy. And what do as soon as you start your business? You charge low prices. Why do you charge low prices? Because you are still under the spell of corporate America that told you that you need to start at entry level when your gift is worth millions, and you legit will get online and sell it for $50 because you don't understand your value and you don't understand your worth. You are under the spell of corporate America. Congratulations. That is why you sell yourself for cheap. That's who taught you to sell yourself and sell your soul for cheap. That's where you get it from. That's the real pick me. Y'all talking about women being pick me's in relationship. The pick me process started in the school system. The pick me process went on and continued into the corporate America system. That's where you got the pick me energy from. Good evening and good night. Okay. So that's what we have to understand. So you are attracting these opportunities that literally do not match your worth because you don't know your value. And because you don't know your value, you can't articulate your value. You know what else? You know what else is a big secret? I'm going to just go ahead and tell you real quick. You do the same thing in these relationships too. You do the same thing in these relationships. Same thing. Exact same thing. Another cost of misalignment. You feel drained. You feel burnout. You feel stuck in a cycle that leaves you emotionally and spiritually empty. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. That's what happens when you operate in spaces where your alignment is misaligned. Your energy is misaligned. That's what happens. You're drained, you're burnt out, you're stuck in a cycle that leaves you emotionally and spiritually depleted. Y'all don't pay attention to women who have been with men that they should not be with, how they look once that man has sucked the soul out of them. Have y'all ever seen that? Women who are not well, and I went to esthetician school for a while. When I noticed women who are not well and who are not in a space where they are being poured into or pouring into themselves, their skin even almost turns kind of like a grayish kind of color. There's no light. There's no glow. There's no, like, I can't even explain it. And this is what I'm talking about when I said earlier that women also have a bonus currency, not only time, energy, attention, and money, but beauty currency. Beauty is currency. Beauty is currency. And I'm telling you, people will drain you. Corporate will drain you because you don't understand your energy. You don't understand the power of your value. But they understand it, which is why they use you and they tax on your soul to meet their goals. That's the contract you sign. When you sign to do what it is for them, that's what you're signing. When they're giving you a sign-on bonus, that's a wealth transfer. If the sacrifice didn't happen on the front end for you to get the transfer, then it's going to happen on the back end, baby. Despise the free lunch. One of the 48 laws of power. And I know y'all like to act like, oh, I don't want to read that. It's this, that's that. You better know your adversary. You better know your adversary. You better know how things and people are moving in this world so you know how to discern. Y'all not learning and y'all not paying attention, which is why you're giving permission and participating in experiences because you ain't paying attention. And that's why you continue to get played in these corporate environments with these men, even in your own fake phony friendships. So you need to start being real with yourself. Y'all are attracting, y'all know y'all are even in friendships that you don't need to be in. Some of y'all need to get out of those rooms. If you're the smartest person in the room, you need to get out the room. You need to move up a room. If you're the smartest person in your room, in your friend group, in your family, you need to move up. You too comfortable. You too comfortable. And if you have been called to be great, you need to get used to being uncomfortable. You need to get comfortable being uncomfortable, beloved. Speaking from personal experience. When you come into the fullness of operating in your assignment, heavy is the crown. So you want to manifest a 6-figure business, a 7-figure business, you want to manifest a marriage and all that, you better have an IRA, you better have intentionality, responsibility, and accountability, because if you don't, you need to keep arguing outside the club because you ain't ready. And a lot of y'all not ready. A lot of y'all want to manifest things that you think you know. You like the idea of something. You like the idea of a relationship. You ain't ready for the work of a relationship. And don't get on here and tell me that you are. You know how you're not ready for how I know you're not ready for the work? You won't work on you. See, when they talk about marriage and it's hard work, coming from someone who was married for 8 years, let me put you on game of what that hard work looks like. The hard work is you, baby. See, if you don't have the relationship with yourself, if you won't do your own homework, you really think you're going to do well in a group project? You really think you're going to do good in a team project when you won't do your own work? Wake up. You like the idea of something. You like the idea of being married. You like the idea of being in relationship. You like the idea of being a business owner. You like the idea of something so much, and you see other people do it to the point to where you start idealizing it, and then you start idolizing it, and you think you know something. That's why all y'all was shocked about the black love couple. I ain't finna say their names. That's why y'all, oh my God, I can't believe they arguing and this happening. You don't know what's going on in folks' house. Stop putting people on pedestals that they ain't asked you to be on. See, you ain't supposed to have no idols anyway, big baby. What we doing right now? What are we doing right now? Wasting your energy, blocking you the best things that can come for you in 2025 because you focused on the wrong thing, which is why you drained, you burned out, you're stuck in a cycle, leaving you emotionally and spiritually empty. Period. Success, any form of success, whether it is relationship success, it is work success, it is whatever. Success without alignment feels like survival, not freedom. Ask the women CEOs who are exhausted making 6 figures, who hate their jobs, who come to work with me because they need to help themselves and support their wombs because they've lost their creativity, because corporate system has sucked them dry. Go ask them. Some people are so poor, all they have is money. See, told y'all wealth is financial resources, emotional fulfillment, time freedom, healthy relationships, and purpose and growth. Some people just have money, baby. That ain't wealth. Huh. That ain't wealth. You better wake up. Success without alignment, any form of that, a relationship that ain't in alignment will have you fighting for your damn life. That's why it feels like survival and not freedom. Love is freedom. See, if you don't feel freedom in the relationship that you in, you ain't in love. That's not love. I don't believe in love anyway. Love is an action word. It's a choice. It's a decision. That's not love. Love is freedom. Why aren't you free? Why are you fighting? Why are you in survival mode in a relationship? I I can't fathom the concept of struggling with another individual in my space. Because why? Why? Especially when we're talking about a man. And I'm going to say this, and it's the only thing I'm going to say about men, and I'm going to leave it at this. And if you hear nothing else, you better hear this right here. If a man is in your space and he is in your life, and a man who is not solving a problem is a man that's going to cause you a problem. A man that's not solving a problem is going to cause you a problem because men solve problems. That's what they do by nature. They like to do that. They really do. That's what you better know. So if ain't no problems being solved, it's some problems finna be caused. And do with that what you will. But that's straight like that on how they operate. So relationship success without alignment feels like the fight of your life. Business success without alignment, you're going to hate the work you do. You're going to hate your business. Professional success without alignment is going to have you in survival mode because you like, I need to pay my bills. I hate my job. And that's what a lot of y'all do. That's what a lot of y'all do. Well, let these corporate Situations kill y'all. It's crazy work. But that's what's happening. If you don't fix this now, if you don't fix this now, if you don't fix this now, you will be stuck repeating the same patterns in 2025. And please, please, please hear me when I say this. 2025 is not the year that you still want to be fighting the same demons that you could be dealing with right now in 2025. Y'all, it's going to be a lot of shifts and changes that happen over the next 2 years. Y'all think y'all know what this life is looking like, but we are in the middle of one of the largest rewrites in history. And I don't think you understand. It is a 9 year. And scripturally, 9 means judgment. 9 means completion. You think about the 9 fruit of the spirit. You think about finality. You think about the 9 months a mother has to carry. This ain't no joke. This ain't no game. The Most High does everything in cycles, baby. We are entered into a new cycle, and we are going through one of the largest rewrites in history in this particular country if you live in the States. And I'm telling you, you don't want to be dealing with things that you could not have to deal with in 2025. You're going to have to hold tight to your crown in 20, not have to deal with in 2025. You're going to have to hold tight to your crown in 2025. Because if you think they tried to make you lose your mind this go round, wait on it. There's more. Stay tuned for the next episode of Dragon Ball Z because there's some more coming. I'm cracking the joke, but I'm really not playing. I'm really not playing. They have closed a lot of hospitals. They are denying your surgeries that they used to pay for. These people done got y'all sick and basically letting you know you finna be on your own. And I promise I ain't playing with you. They not approving your surgeries. Insurance company, they not playing with y'all. Y'all think them people finna really stick with that? Oh, they reversed the whole thing with the, anesthesia. Baby, they got some more stuff coming down the pipeline that you ain't even ready for. Somebody put in the comments, you better heal or get left behind because you're gonna get left behind. And you don't want to be at the bottom of the food chain, baby. Trust me. Because when you become the bottom of the food chain, that's where the experiments start. Y'all remember the projects? The projects was a project, baby. And see, when you're at the bottom of the food chain, you get experimented on and you become the project. See, better wake up and see what time it is. Better really start paying attention to what's happening. So if you don't fix this now, you're going to be stuck repeating the same pattern. Let me be clear with you on what happens when you shift this, right? When you reclaim your energy in a real way, you set boundaries that protect your peace. You stop chasing success and start attracting opportunity, monetary, non-monetary, and relationships that actually align with you. You focus your energy on the things that truly matter, your goals, your dreams, your freedom. Okay. When your energy aligns, your magnetism operates. And see, this is the key thing. This is what I love so much. I'm such a nerd because everything you get from me is going to come from scripture, science, and psychology. So in my fun time, I literally like to dissect scripture, find the patterns and the codes, and then turn around and find the scientific data that backs it up, and then the psychological patterns that backs it up as well. Because what you have to understand as a woman, if you want to thrive on this earth, you need to be balanced spiritually, biologically, and psychologically, because that is where they playing on your top. They're playing with your spiritual being, they're playing with your body, and they're playing with your mind. And you have to pay attention to that. But see, when people talk about breaking out of the matrix, what they're speaking of is breaking out of the matrix of your mind. This is you releasing and pivoting from the programming that puts you in position to be played in the first place. Why you expect liars to tell you the truth? Why? You have to seek out the truth. You have to ask so you can receive. You can seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all its righteousness. The start of wisdom, all of it comes from the Most High. When you begin to really understand and be able to see what this is and how things operate, understand spiritual law, understand science, understand psychology, you will know how to move. You will know how to move. When your energy aligns, your magnetism as a woman activates, right? This is where wealth flows. And we talked about wealth is financial resources, emotional fulfillment, time freedom, healthy relationships, as well as growth and purpose. Okay. Opportunities appear. Success feels very easy and it feels natural and it feels good. It feels good to your soul. And I'm telling you, as a woman, success can feel good to your soul, but it has to be in alignment. And that's how I support women. I support women in getting them back in their alignment. Yes, do women end up tapping more in their feminine energy and aligning with their feminine design when they work with me? Yes, I'm a feminine leadership strategist. That is what I do. I activate that aspect in them. And me activating that aspect in them supports them in attracting more money, attracting better opportunities, attracting better people into their space so they can build healthy relationship with friendship and romantic. My track record literally speaks for itself. So when you begin to understand energetics and you understand spiritual law and you understand all of these things about yourself, your life shifts. You don't have time to wait. We have like less than 13 days left. You don't have time to wait. The patterns that you're carrying right now, they will follow you into 2025. Every day you stay stuck in misalignment, every day you sit in that space, you delay your breakthrough. You do. This is your opportunity and your moment for you to decide. Do you keep giving your energy away in those spaces where you're overgiving, overextending, overthinking, and all of that? Do you take it back and step into your power? Okay. If if this hits you, if this resonates with you, I have 3 options for you before I take questions. Okay. I have a program called the Magnetic Muse. That program is starting January the 15th. If you want more information about that, then you would have to DM me the word magnetic. Okay. In the Magnetic Muse, you're going to learn how to reclaim your energy, activate your magnetism, and create a life of wealth and freedom without burning yourself out. So, when I tell you I've helped women build these businesses, attract these relationships, really elevate themselves, I'm giving you the formula in this particular program. It is a 3-month option and there's a 6-month option. In that particular program, yes, it's a 4-figure investment. So, if that is for you and you are a high achieving woman who is in business, if you are a woman who is working your 9 to 5 and you also have a business and you are prepared to make that transition, if you are a woman who is working in corporate right now and you want to know how to make more money, women are like, do you just work with women in business? No, I have a client who literally is a project manager, and as a project manager, we helped her activate her leadership portal within her feminine leadership portal. She had just gotten out of a bad engagement, baby. She dating amazing men that's meeting her standards. She done got 5-figure bonuses since we've been working together, and she working in corporate America. So we're talking about your magnetism here. Okay. So if you want more of that, then DM me the word magnetic. Like I said, it's a 3-month program and then there's a 6-month program. If you are not prepared for that, I have 2 other options. I have a masterclass tomorrow. Today is the last day for you to be able to get tickets. It's a lot of people in those seats. The tickets are $150. You can get the recliner, firm, and afterpay. When you get that ticket, you also get access to my private membership for the rest of the year. That membership, for those who are in it, they know the things that I talk about in that membership are things that I cannot talk about on here because I'm not going to get myself banned. But how to do certain things, how to go about certain things, what you may need, what things are changing and shifting in the world. The women who are in the Sacred Feminine League know all about those things. These are the same women in community. I told you I had a session with them last week on how to recognize narcissistic spirits and what that actually looks like, and how that is the spirit of a warlock when we're dealing specifically with a man and how those correlate. This week, we talk specifically about integrating your space of spiritual sovereignty. So you have to understand who you are spiritually, because out of your beliefs comes security or insecurity. Okay. And there's a big difference between people who have insecurities and insecure people. Insecure people are ruled by their insecurities, and they project their pain onto others. People who understand that they have insecurities are not ruled by them. Okay. So I supported them in that space. So those tickets are $150. And what you're going to learn in that masterclass tomorrow is that you're going to learn three key things. Women who work with me get three results. They get one of the three, they get two of the three, or some of them have gotten all three. Number one, you're going to learn emotional mastery. You're going to learn how to control your emotional responses. The second thing that you're going to learn working with me, you're going to make more money. Okay. The third result that women have gotten to work with when they work with me is that they've gotten healthier. I've helped women lower their A1Cs. I've helped women heal their liver function. I have supported women in losing 40, 50, and 60 pounds. I'm not a weight loss coach, but what I'm teaching you is the format and the structure of getting an alignment with your feminine design. When you understand that there are 4 phases of your menstrual cycle, and you know how to eat according to your menstrual cycle, each one of those phases, and you know how to rest, you know how to use your brain power, baby, you're going to make more money, you're going to lose weight, and that mood is going to improve, because you were never moody. You were never a moody woman. What actually was happening was that you are not in alignment with the 4 phases of your cycle. You don't know what to do during menstrual. You don't know what to do during follicular. You don't know what to do outside of ovulation. You don't know what to do during luteal. And because you don't know these things, it is a confusing time, and you are projecting what you feel on the inside of you, which is confusion. And you are confused because you are out of alignment with your authentic feminine design. So if you ask me, why didn't they teach us this in school? If they taught you this in school, then they wouldn't be able to use your feminine energy to be able to expand their cycles. See, y'all think it's cute and you think it's funny when they say things like, if you want to get something done in your business, hire a woman. See, society, men, and corporate systems understand the feminine cycle. They understand the feminine energy cycle. They understand if they drain all of your energy and they throw you off balance by allowing you to work extremely hard during specific phases of your cycle, it's going to throw off the rest of the phases. And when the rest of the phases are thrown off, that means that's going to cause a rift in how your organs perform. All of these things they know, but they use you because you don't know. They use you because you don't know. That's what's going on. So that's why they exhaust you to oblivion. So if you want to reset your magnetism, then join me in class tomorrow. Okay. We're having it at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be a 90-minute class. I'm going to allow questions and all those things. There's no dumb question. If you've ever been in a master class with me, you know how it goes. I'm always going to deliver. It's going to be amazing. You get the guide, and you get a copy of the replay, and you get membership for the next 2 weeks in my private community, where you get access to all of the videos from the Sacred Feminine League. You get access to the community, and you get access to me. We have sessions on Mondays, and then we have videos that drop on Fridays. So you will be able to join me the next couple of Mondays in those sessions, getting that powerful information to be able to support you in hitting and starting what it is you need to start before 2025. You need to go into 2025 already on the money. The portal is open, but the portal is closing. Do you understand what I'm telling you? The portal is closing. And I've been telling y'all this. The portal is closing, and you need to get in there. If you know that you need to do what you need to do, you need to go ahead and get in there. The third option, if you do not desire to come and reset your magnetism in 30 days, you can click the link in the bio and make a decision to retire your cape. And I have a book in my bio that's on Amazon, and the book is $55, and it breaks down generational wealth. It breaks down how you can retire your cape. It breaks down the myth and the spell of the strong woman and how you can release yourself from that spell. I give you a step-by-step process. People ask me, how did you build your business from the ground up? That's the formula I use. How did you lose 100 pounds? What I said in that book, because I'm breaking down the SMEPS model, which is the spiritual self-care, mental self-care, emotional self-care, physical self-care, social self-care. You have to make yourself a safe space if you want to be in safe spaces. And I break down all of the process in that book. So it's called Retiring the Cape. a radiant path to flourishing. Okay. You can click the link in the bio to be able to get access to that. So those are the three options. You can get the book for $55. If you want the Kindle version, you get it for $35. If you want the print, it's $55. You can get a ticket to the class tomorrow for $150. And then you also get membership in the Sacred Feminine League for the next 2 weeks. You get a copy of the replay and you get the PDF to reset your rhythm. Okay. Or you can DM me the word magnetic. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. And I will send you information about the Magnetic Muse 3-month and 6-month program for women who really want to get in the space of turning their natural magnetism, their innate magnetism, into a wealth attracting force. Wealth attracting force, as in we're attracting wealth, financial resources, emotional fulfillment, time freedom, healthy relationships, and growth and purpose. Okay. So those are the three options: $55 book, $150 ticket to the class, and 4-figure investment in the high level program that starts on January the 15th. There is a 3-figure deposit that you can hold your spot. If you're interested in the 4-figure program, that deposit number is $500. You can hold that to hold your spot, and we will have our one-on-one session, and we will start planning your 2025. And if you've ever been in a session with me, baby, and we've ever had to plan, you know I plan to a T, and I get you all the way right. Okay. So what questions do you guys have for me before I get ready to get off of here? What questions? I see some things coming through as far as payments. Congratulations to those who are grabbing products and services. My prayer is that it inspires you to truly take action, because there are literally steps in there. This is not I don't sell motivational things. Because if I'm telling you the truth, I don't really believe in motivation, because I don't use motivation for myself. Motivation is something that can come and go. I teach you how to get in alignment. Alignment is what keeps you safe. And when you're in alignment and you start receiving, then you start being like, hey, I like this. I like being a feminine woman where I can receive, release, and reject. This works out in my favor. My favor. Okay. So yeah, so click the link in the bio to be able to get access to those things. I also have courses in there that you can get access to that will really support you. Speak Right Teach is an amazing course that supports you if you are trying to figure out how to articulate your value so you can make more money. You can use that course when it comes down to your corporate experience right now, or you can use that course to be able to create a cushion by starting your own business. Okay. And it is called Speak Right Teach. It's $222. And yes, you can get that with client affirming afterpay. Any questions before I get ready to let y'all go? Plus, make sure y'all click the link in the bio and go subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I will be having more lives over there on YouTube. And there's a lot of content over there, okay, for you to catch up on. So I'm going to give it a second to see if I see any questions that come through. If there's no questions, I'm going to get off here and get me some rest, okay? Get myself together for my night routine and go to sleep, because I will be up sometime between 3 and 5 tomorrow morning, because that is when I wake up. You're welcome. Any questions? Y'all must be good to go. You have to click the link in the bio tonight, because the class is tomorrow. The class is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the link is in the bio. The class is called Magnetism Reset. It has the date on there for the 18th. And you can get it with Klarna or Fireman Afterpay. You just click the link in the bio. The book is there. The masterclass is there, along with other courses. And if you want more information on the Magnetic Muse program, then you would DM me the word magnetic. Okay. All right. I think that's the only question that I've seen. So wait, hold on. Time out. Basic suggestion for resources and building generational wealth. I'm not sure what you mean, basic suggestion. What does that mean? Or basic resources? I'm not sure what you're asking. Because generational wealth consists of the five pillars of financial resources, emotional fulfillment, time freedom, healthy relationships, and purpose and growth. So I'm not sure what you mean by basics suggestions. You might have to flesh that out a little bit more for me so that I can give you a better answer. Sure, send it to me, sis. Just DM it to me. Books. The book that I just recommended, mine. That's the book I recommend for you. The one that's in the bio. And I'm not just saying that just because I wrote it or I'm like, oh, you need to buy my book. I'm really telling you, like, that's it. Because most people have been asking me for years for a book, for a book, for a book. And I wouldn't put the information in the book. Now I have. So you can get it Kindle $35, actual book $55, entire process, start to finish. Getting rid of your cape, start process of building generational wealth. I even have a full-fledged plan to help you walk that out. Audits, I have is in the book. There are a multitude of things. There are activities for you to write these things out. Like, you will have no excuse when you get done with that book. You just don't want to do it if you don't do anything after that. Okay. Because like I said, I've used that information to do everything that I am doing now, and I have done. And I'm also a digital nomad. So I live and work from anywhere in the world. So I'm always traveling. Right. Okay. All right, my darlings. I'm going to get off here. Congratulations to those who are going to be joining me tomorrow. Congratulations to those who have gotten a book that is going to be life changing for them. Hi. So I'm just really, really excited. Yeah. So make sure you go over there to YouTube, subscribe, because I'm going to be going live over there more. All right. And that's happening sooner than later. All right, y'all. I hope that y'all have an amazing, amazing evening. Yes, my love, it's done, but this is gonna go on YouTube, so no worries. Okay. So just make sure that you go over there and you subscribe, and catch all that amazing content. This is going to go over there as well. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do this replay, if it's going to be for in the morning. I might do it for the morning. Who knows? Might be 8 a.m. rolling. So just go it over there. I hope y'all have an amazing, amazing evening, y'all. Peace.